Back to the channel. This episode is episode 2 of my Dragon Quest series, and in this episode we'll be exploring the town of Cobblestone. Last time we trekked through the Tor to get to this fantastic view and be officially recognized as adults. We faced our first few monsters, the titular slime, some needlers, a couple of smogs. Shan't be facing any new foes this round, and instead we'll be closing up most of the tutorials necessary to playing this game. Let's head back to town and get this ball rolling, shall we? And off we go. Everyone's come out to greet us! Yay, we're adults, woo! Anyways, Sandy, some kid that we saved. We're not going to see any pink speech bubbles or anything like that going on here. It is literally just walk to the next cutscene from the tour. Thankfully, you don't have to walk back through the tour. So, if you didn't pick up everything, you can go back, do it now. But otherwise, there you go. Here's our next cutscene. Greeted by the mayor, who is Gemma's father. Oh, grandfather, sorry.
Safe and sound, Grandad.
And our mother.
My dear. Thank the spirits for that.
Now,
When we saw light
as an RPG, of course, Dragon Quest does have quite a bit of text and lore and all that kind of stuff to explore.
Well, I know.
So,
Sounds like it's nothing short of a miracle that you
there
made
you go.
it
So,
back in one
I'll try to
piece.
keep an eye on
Well,
where this cutscene
there's
ends,
no doubt about it. The
and I'll
spirit
probably
of the
put it in
land
notes
was watching
if I
over
think
you.
about it in the description.
Now tell me, my dear, how was the
So you can
view
just skip
from the
around and see
top?
where stuff is, whatever you want, you know? I did eventually turn on autoplay, there we go, so that I don't have to remember to hit the button to
It was wonderful.
push the
I
text
saw
forward.
the sea stretch into the horizon and the sunlight playing on the water and... Oh, I've never seen anything like it in my life.
You're true Cobblestone.
I have to say, I do like
Only
the
we have the pleasure of looking
hood and all that
out
that the mayor
over
wears.
the
Kind of like
area
it. Wouldn't
in
mind
such
wearing it myself, look like a fool on the street,
breathtaking
but be fun.
fashion. You're still young, and the day may yet come when you decide to leave Cobblestone behind. I hope our little ceremony has opened your eyes to a little of what may
Yeah,
await
so
you
that
out
was
there.
kind of our look at the world around
Well,
us.
It's high time we were heading back. I'm sure your mother is eager to hear how things went, young man. Don't keep poor Amber in suspense.
So, everyone leaves. As you see, a lot of the Cobblestonians wear green. Very few of them wear the blue and all that we're wearing. You know, gotta set apart the major players of the story from the rest of the chaff and all that, right? And here is going to be our first real view of Cobblestone. Quaint little village, thatched roofs, a church, a little stable, but not much else. So we will get our first accolade as well, the coming of age. I'm going to try and see here in a second where, if I can look at the rest of the accolades, because I kind of want to look them up. Note to self, you can't. As you saw, there are going to be a grouping of accolades that we will be working to accomplish. There is the general, which will be pretty much everything, right? You can go in there and look at them all. But if you want to focus down, you have story, which will be ones that we're going to receive just for playing the story in general. We're going to get them for doing major events within the game itself. Battle, which will be ones that we receive for, you know, battling all the enemies, collecting XYZ, all that kind of stuff, right? Through battle. Battling X amount of enemies and all that. Items, collect all the items, do all the crafting, stuff like that. So there'll also be stuff like find all the mini medals, which we'll come across. Other is going to be little side questy things that aren't going to appear as actual side quests. Those will be stuff like achieve a jackpot in the casino, which we'll run into later. So all these things, as you can see, are grayed out because we haven't come across any of them just yet. But we will be doing that in the near future. So here we go. Here's our next big cutscene talking to our mother.
Here's my little soldier. Well, not so little anymore.
I love Amber's voice in this game too,
I've heard
though.
all about your big adventure. Look at you, all grown up.
So the voice actress for
I hope he
Amber,
wasn't too much of a
our
bother,
mother,
Gemma dear.
is Jessica Carroll.
Of course not. Quite the opposite, in fact. You would have been proud of him. We got attacked
Alright,
by
so
a
I
monster
decided
at the top
to
of the tour,
take a
and I
quick
ended
break
up
and look up
hanging
some stuff
onto
on
the edge of
Jessica
the
Carroll,
cliff
so
by
we're going to
my
get a little trivia in this
fingertips.
video, even though
I
originally I
thought I was
hadn't
done
planned on doing
for.
anything. So Jessica Carroll
You'll never guess what happened next.
has done a lot of commercials from what I can see, like Vaseline Total Moisture, O'Keefe's Lip Repair, Cocoa Butter, stuff like that, right?
What did you say?
Nature Valley, Photo Box, all that kind of
Funny
stuff.
little
She
Mark.
is
Lightning flying about the place.
done a lot of
Goodness me.
video games as well. Original Sin 2, Pillars of Eternity 2, Dead
Here
Fire,
I was
LA
hoping he'd
Spellforce
turn
3,
out nice and
Dragon
ordinary.
Quest, Unseen
It seems his
Forces,
grandfather was
or
right
Unforeseen
all
Incidents Code 7, all that kind of stuff. She's worked for Google at times.
Well, I've been putting this off for long enough now.
She is on the
You and me
German
need to have a
version
little
of
talk.
a Netflix series called Criminal,
Here.
where she's dubbing
This
the lead
belongs
detectives
to
into
you.
English. Okay. But yeah, so she's actually quite prolific.
Your grandfather asked
She's
me
known
to
for
give
her
you
voice range
once
as
you
being
come of
characters
age
within their
and
20s or
climbed the
30s.
door.
Her native language is English. Her accents are English neutral, so she does like a Londoner. She can do
Truth
some
is,
Irish, all that kind of stuff.
There's something I've
But
been keeping
very
a secret all
normal,
these years. Something I've never
like,
told another soul
low
in the
key
village.
accents. She's on like Irish, Londoner,
It's- How can I put this now?
American, Australian.
Well, he said
So
you're,
very, very prolific. Very well known,
you're
apparently.
the reincarnation of the luminary.
I can honestly say that I don't see a problem with it. She's very good at what she does. Her one thing about
Don't
voice
ask me what the
actors and
old fool
voice
meant,
actresses and all
dear.
that
I
kind of
haven't got the
stuff is the fact
foggiest.
that their
All I know
voice is
is that
definitely
your
what helps to
grandfather
connect
said
you
you
to
had
these
a
characters, and
special
sometimes
destiny,
it
and
can
that
be
there was
very
something you
off-putting.
had to do.
But
He said that when you came of age,
does such a
you were to
wonderful
head
job with
north
Amber
to the
here, that
capital,
Amber
up there
becomes
in
a
Heliodor, and show
character that you
necklace thingy to the king.
not only
We
associate
seem to
with
think
the
that if you did
luminary's
that,
mother, just
all
due
would
to the
become
fact
clear.
that she is
Clear as mud,
But
I
she has
shouldn't
the
wonder.
voice of, like, you know, an everyday mom that you
Anyway,
imagine, that
the long
warm,
and short
welcoming,
of it is that if you
oh,
want to
here's
find
a
out what
here's
this is
a
all
fucking
about, you'll have
muffin
to
and a
leave
coffee kind of deal
Cobblestone
for you after a
and
hard
head
day.
over to Heliodor.
You know, the mom that everyone wants. You know, the kind of voice that gives you a hug and cuddles you in to the blankets at night when lightning and stuff is storming when you're a little kid. But yeah, great voice
Can't
actress.
stop
Love
you
it.
leaving, I'm sure, but you won't be marching on an empty stomach. Come on, dinner.
So we're given the beginning of our overarching quest by talking to Amber. She tells us that, hey, your destiny is to go see this king. You know, so yeah, we began by climbing the tower and all that kind of stuff to awaken, I guess you could say. But here we are. The hero's journey. Leaving your parents behind to become something more. No longer tied to your parents' apron strings or their protection. Some of my item hunting this evening, and we'll finish it up after the next cutscene. Because there's another cutscene coming up, of course. I thought that red box was something that I could read, but Dragon Quest, Breaking Pots, 10 gold. One thing that I do kind of miss that's in some of the older Dragon Quest games is it says Tomas acquires, right? Or Tomas finds, instead of, what? So-and-so found a, right? So we get another piece of clothing, we find another herb, and then our mom's like, oh, you can't sleep? Why don't you go for a walk, right? So we're going to collect the Flurry's Feather. And within the chest, we get... Come on, Tom. Open the chest. Thank you. More gold. The gold we're getting now is going to be quite helpful to setting us off on our journey in a little bit. We don't need a lot to pick up a couple of quick items. But, you know, I'm going to get it anyways. I love to run through the stuff in this game, even though it will, it'll come back later. But still, it's kind of funny to just be like, you're in my way, pumpkins, and logs, and barrels, and oh my, everything breaks, right? So let's go collect the fresh water that we can find over here on the waterfall. We got a jug of fresh water. This is, again, I believe, a crafting item. There it is. See it? A jug of fresh water. And this will net us our next accolade. Collect 10 different items. At night, when people are in the house is locked. Can't break in and steal their stuff. Alright. So, gonna go on and check out one other quick thing, I believe, before I go to do the cutscene. There is a door down here in the corner that we briefly saw when we were coming through. This door is locked by a special lock, and you need a special key to open it. The door is locked tight. So yeah, you need a special key to be able to open it. Well, we will be getting that key, but that's a later on thing, meaning, hey, remember to come back. I will be trying to show all those locked doors and stuff off, you know, accolades and all the items and all that kind of stuff that I want to do, so. And here we go. The next big quest part.
Oh, can't sleep either, eh? You remember this tree, don't you? I got my scarf stuck in it all those years ago. There I was, crying like mad, and there you were, running round trying to help me get it down. Some things never change, eh? You know, I always imagined we'd spend our whole lives right here in Cobblestone. That's why I was so surprised by what your mum said today. All that
Again,
stuff about you being
hero's
the
journey,
luminary, that
leaving behind
reincarnation thing.
important things to your past to be able to grow, but also things that will help to push you on your journey. Things that mean something.
I remember the story my granddad
That,
told
as
me.
a hero, you can look back on and
Once upon a time,
consider
long, long ago, the world was terrorized by a
in
horrible
order
monster.
to
But then,
have
the
some
luminary appeared and
strength
saved the day.
to push through the hard bits,
When
right?
it was all over, the luminary turned into a star.
And here we go.
And he's
This
been
is
watching over
a
us
bit of
from up in the
important
heavens
lore.
ever since.
The luminary's lantern and all that kind of stuff. The
That's
star,
his star, right
that'll be
there.
important. It's the only red star in the sky.
How can you be the luminary too? I just don't get it. I know. That's what you're going to Heliodor to find out. I understand, really I do. Listen.
If you guys
we
hear any
should
clinks or
both be
anything like
getting
that,
back.
ignore it. It's just me sipping that
Everyone will be
coffee while
wondering where
I
we've got to.
ensure that my throat doesn't dry out as I speak to you all. And I'm too lazy to cut it out.
Goodbye, old friend.
When I first played this game, that part right there made me a little sad. Not like, oh my god, sad, right? But like, thinking about the things you've left behind in order to grow. Friends, family, all that kind of stuff, right? You feel bad for the girl. You do. And here we go. We've awoken. And she's given us our hero's outfit. This is the outfit you'll see for the most part through the rest of the game.
Well,
Unless
just
we're wearing some
look at
special
you.
outfits. There are a couple.
You don't scrub up too bad, you know. Only wish your
And,
grandfather were
hey
here
look,
to see
it's
you.
the outfit that he wears in Super
You
Smash
won't
Brothers
forget him, will you?
Ultimate.
He was a fine, upstanding man, the pride of the village. You could do worse than try to be like him. Well, however you turn out, I'm sure you'll find a way to overcome whatever lies ahead. A mother knows these things. Oh, by the way, I've popped a little money I'd saved for a rainy day in your pack. Don't spend it all at once.
Yeah, so she's
Why don't you visit the village shop before you head out?
boosted our wallet a bit.
You'll need some supplies for your big adventure. But don't take too long. The whole village is turning out to wave you off.
Do, 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 do. Ah-doo, da-doo, da, da. All right. Now that we've finished this, it's time to loot the village. There's a couple of chests to find, a couple of items to grab, and a side quest to complete. Yeah, that wasn't a thing I could open, so nothing in here. Okay. But yeah, I could find a map so I could, oh, you know, there's all these items here and here, but that's not how I play these games. I like to explore. I kind of know where everything is. And so you're just going to explore with me. Get some gold by smashing some pots. And whoever's house this is, they close the door for me. That's very nice of them. And here is the next item that's on a roof. I don't believe there's any other items on a roof. I don't recall any. I just know there's this one here and the flurry feather. So we got another pink pine. Again, crafting items can be useful. And we have our first purple exclamation mark. This is our first side quest. Dearie, dearie me, what am I going to do? Oh, if it isn't young Thomas. You came along at just the right time. I've got a favor to ask, you see. The other day, I was playing with my lad, you know, messing around as you do. Well, anyway, he's got a flurry feather that he loves, and well, fool that I am, I managed to let it blow away. Luckily, the wind only blew it as far as the roof of your shed. I'd go get it myself, but I'm not too good with heights, I'm afraid. Anyway, I know you're a brave young fellow, so I was wondering if you'd mind clambering up there and getting it back for me. You'd be doing me a huge favor, I'm telling you. The People's Friend. You've been asked to undertake a quest. Will you acquiesce to this request? I knew you'd help me out. You always pay attention to the piece said in church, you know, the stuff about always being kind to others. You're a fine fellow and no mistake. Now, there's no time to lose. My son's desperate to get his beloved feather back. Hurry on over to your shed. I'm sure you've climbed onto your fair share of roofs, but you just find something to climb onto and press B to jump up there. Once you've found that flurry feather, bring it back here and I'll see if I can't give you a little something in return. Best of luck. I accept the People's Friend quest. Guess what? I already collected it last night. There you are, Thomas, and it looks like you've got the feather. Would you mind letting me have it? I hand it over, and that lets us complete our first side quest. Thanks, I knew you wouldn't let me down. I can't wait to see the look on my boy's face. Oh, and before I forget, here's a little something in return. A sleeping hibiscus. And that's not all. I've got a tip for you I hope you'll find useful. If you ever want to do someone a good turn, look for purple speech bubbles above their head. Okay. Thank you, Tom. Listen to what I have to say, and listen to what they have to say and see if you can do anything to help. It always pays to be kind to others, but don't feel that just because someone shared their woes with you, you have to help them right away. You can always come back when you want a little change of pace, or if you're not sure what to do next. Anyway, thanks again, Tomas. I really owe you. Now, just remember, whatever's waiting for you up ahead, be kind to others, and you'll do just fine. Success! This quest has been transgressed with finesse. Even practicing that line, I screwed it up. We got a little important blurb here. It's just telling us, you know, go meet your mom at the front, hit the shop, all that fun stuff. Okay, we got our first red book. There's 2 red books in this village. Neither is actually important to any quest or anything I can think of. I do not get to the second one in this video, and in fact, we probably won't see it. It's a book of puns written by the mayor. I did come back after I end this video, just to double check to make sure it wasn't important. If it was, I would have cut it in. It's not important. But I don't believe there's any accolades for reading all the books either. So if there are, hit the mayor's house up. There's a book of puns. But these books oftentimes give you little lore dumps or recipes or little hints, stuff like that. So, like that one was just about horses. I break some boxes. Anyways, we can't go that way. Dude's blocking the way with his stupid horses. Basically, they're trying to force you to go past the shop. They're like, don't forget to hit the shop. Don't forget to hit the shop, right? So, but before we head into the town again, I'm actually going to take a break, go to the entrance of the town, and collect a couple items that are up here in this cavern. Long ladder. There we go. There is an important item to stat boosting up here. So we'll get to that in a second. First, we get some gold. We get a chunk of copper. And there we go, a seed of agility. I mentioned in the last video that there are items that can increase your stats by, I believe, 1 to 3. I can't remember if that's randomized in this or not. But it is at least by 1 point, and so that seed of agility, if we were to use it, would increase our agility overall by 1 point. I am going to hold on to it. I might grind later in the game off screen to get everyone's stats up to superpower kind of deal, like, you know, everyone full up. But I am going to attempt to get to level 99 with just my flat stats without any boosting, all that kind of stuff, so we can see what they are before I start boosting. Alright, so decide to check, see if I can jump in a door. Can't, or a window. You can't. Thought I could, but you can't. I don't believe there's anything in this shed either. So, you know, break everything in anger. There's actually a couple of items left. I thought they were on this side, but nope, they're over here, right next to the fence by the church. There's going to be some stuff by Gemma's house. I get some more gold coins. I'm going to check out the church. The churches are important. They are where you can revive your characters, save, dispel curses, and other ailments. And if you're running a Draconian quest, this is also where you can go to toggle off the Draconian elements. So Confession lets you save. Divination lets you see how much experience you have left to get before the next level, like I show here. Resurrection, you know, to resurrect someone. Purification lets you cure poison. Benediction removes curses, and I can switch it to 2D mode. I will actually be showing some of 2D mode a little bit later, not just yet. Sometimes churches have some important books in them for recipes and all that, but this one just has a couple items. There you go. An antidotal herb. Cures poison. Sometimes we can go in the side of the church and we can't hear. So off we go. Thank you, Father. Alright, one last place to look at, which is not here. It's around Gemma's house. So there is an item to the back, but first, we haven't seen Gemma around since last night. So you talk to Sandy. What's the matter, girl? Is someone there? I'm sorry, I don't want to speak to anyone right now. Could you come back in a bit? So she's hiding out. She's not seeing anyone, and she's ignoring us. Our last day here, and she's not out. cypress stick, which is usually the hero's first equipment piece. This time, we already have some swords. So we thankfully start out equipped. We don't have to, you know, wave a cypress stick. And as you can see, I'm having some trouble getting up to the roof for some reason. But I eventually make it. And we get a medicinal herb. Alright. I was trying to see if there was a back door, because as you can see, there's that red book in there. And as I said, it's only a book of puns. There's nothing else in the house. So beyond that, just hit the store, pick up a couple of quick items after breaking these barrels to get another medicinal herb. So now we're going to head to the shop, I think. No, I forgot. Last house. This is the house of the Flurry Feather Kid. $6 gold coins. Yeah, it doesn't take a lot to break the items or shift them about. Now we can go to the shop. Because there's nothing down there. So, to the shop, to the shop. To the shop, to the shop. Alright, so we're going to pick up a couple of items at the shop. You have enough gold to pick up everything you could want currently at the shop. I was looking around to see if there was some crafting books. There's a couple of shops that have them. But this one does not. Nothing hiding behind the desks either, so. So you're leaving Old Cobblestone, are you? Well, make sure you've got all the essentials before you set off. And so we're going to buy some stuff. Don't need a cypress stick, we have one in our pocket. We don't need a pot lid, we have one. But we don't have any bandanas, so we might as well put one on. So we'll put it on. And it allows you to equip it directly from there. Wayfarer's clothes. And this brings our defense all the way up to 18 with this bandana, the Wayfarer's clothes, and the pot lid. Then I saw that other shelf and I was like, oh, nothing we need. So now, the last bit of Cobblestone is to go see the townsfolk and our mother before we head out to the fields and continue on our quest. Just doing some double checking. It's Mom. Hey, Mom. So this is it. My little soldier's really leaving. You might not be back for a while. Hope you said all your goodbyes. You ready? Yeah. Gemma wouldn't come to see me. And here it is, the last cutscene.
One day you're just a little boy.
Before we
the
hit
next you're getting
the
ready
field.
to leave us. I only wish your grandfather could see what a fine young man you've become. To think, it's been so many years already since old Chalky found you floating since he brought you to Cobblestone.
So as you can see, Dustin almost gave away the fact that we're adopted.
There was anything out of the ordinary about you. And now suddenly there's all this talk of luminaries of all things.
Because according to us, we think that Amber's actually our mom, and we think that our grandfather trekked to this town with us and their mother due to some issue that happened where we were from before.
I don't doubt old Chalky, of course, but it is a little hard to swallow, I must say. Oh, when you meet the King of Heliodor, put in a good word for old Cobblestone, won't you, eh? If he finds out this is the village where the luminary was raised, that might be something in it for us, if you catch my drift.
All right, you old man.
Oh, you are terrible. Trust you to be thinking about what you can get out of it.
Oh, no, I'm only joking, of course. The very thought. Anyway, where was I?
He gets admonished, and it's like, okay.
Ah, yes. Now, the fate that awaits you may well be one beyond anything we simple country folk can imagine. But you must allow us to offer what little assistance we can.
So they get a
Take
map.
this map of Erdrea with you. May it prove useful in finding your way.
I believe... I can't remember if we get the horse this early in the regular version, or if it's just this version. I do know that there's a side quest that's taken out
May
of
this magnificent steed, the
this
pride
version that's
of
in the original,
Cobblestone, lighten your burden
which you
and
come across
speed
in
you
one of the
on
later
your
cities.
way.
So when we get to there, I'll talk about the side quest that's removed from the game.
You'll find Heliodor easily enough. Just head north out of the village and follow your nose.
Basically, head straight forward.
You travel safely now. Oh, you're such a good boy. Such
We'll miss
a
you too,
good
Ma.
boy. You make us proud out there, won't you? And come back safe.
Everyone's like, ah, no, farewell. That one you have to hit the button to continue forward, and oh, looks like she didn't abandon us. She was making something for
Here.
us.
Take this with you. I made it for you.
In my very first playthrough of this game that I played, I never took this charm off.
It'll
So
keep you
the
safe.
200-hour
I
playthrough,
heard there are lots of monsters. where
I
you're
still have
going.
that as one of my
Be
equipped
sure
items.
to keep it close, won't you? I don't know what's in store for you out
It gives you
there,
one defense.
but wherever you go and whoever you meet, don't forget us, will you? Take care, and remember, we'll be waiting for you.
So, here we are. And that's it for Cobblestone for now, at least. We will return. Next episode, we're going to be going over field mechanics, some new monsters, and we'll be throwing a bit more trivia in. Gonna be a little bit of tutorial stuff to deal with as we encounter some new gameplay mechanics. And there is a lot more of this game to see. So until next time, be happy, be healthy. We'll meet up again. Bye.